Man, if it were not for technical difficulties, I wouldn't have any difficulties. I am Leon Francis, your host tonight on BlackBeardLogic on the Guns and the 701 Network. We're gonna talk about a host of issues. I'm gonna have my good buddy, I call him Big Dog Bob Wheeler, on this evening, and we're just gonna go through some of the top stories of today, some things that have been on my mind, some local issues as well as national issues. I want to ask Bob a little bit about what's going on in Fargo. It seems like every week there is a new controversy brewing, and I'm just going to kind of hit some bullet points on that. Also, if you haven't heard, the great Kirsten Baszler is moving on up like George and Wheezy. I mean, she's headed to the big house on the hill. I want to break that down a little bit. I did a little PSA on my social media, and it went over pretty well. Had a lot of interactions on there. Let me know if you are getting the stream. Give me 1 second here. I'm gonna try to. Something was up with my ISP earlier, and I think that's causing some bugging issues here. But I'm gonna try to see if this is going out live. I can't see it on my Facebook or my Twitter yet, but I'm gonna just send out a text and see if it gets out. Give me 2 seconds here, guys. So I just sent that out. If you can hear me, just shoot me a text back. Anyway, so while we wait on that, I think I'll just go right into my bag of tricks here. I I want to play you my. I want to talk about Kirsten first. I want to play you one of the. It's a snippet of the overall video I made, the PSA for Kirsten Baszler, and then we're going to talk about her for just a minute. Just a minute. This is Leon Francis, Blackbeard Logic, on the Guns in the 701 Network, with a public service announcement from Blackbeard. Ever wonder what failing up looks like? It would look a lot like this, in my humble opinion. That last picture, she's moving on up like George and Wheezy. She's headed to Washington. And I would argue she should be nowhere near schools, nowhere near kids, and nowhere near this administration. I mean, she has a very checkered personal history that includes everything from shoplifting to disclosures in her divorce hearings, and I'm not going to get into it deeply, but her ex-husband alleges dishonesty, infidelity, alcoholism, and I'm not talking about just little white lies. I'm talking about dishonesty on a level that would have her fabricating a breast tumor story to cover the fact that she got breast implant surgery. So I'm not going to rehash all of it, but it's all there. And if you want a really good read on who Kirsten Baszler is, visit the MinutemanBlog.com, because they have many, many articles dating way, 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 way back. Multiple incidents involving alcohol, violence, assault, 2 DUIs within 3 years. The last one being in 2023. Now, separate from that, Kirsten Baszler is a DEI proponent. Now, she's going to tell you she's not. North Dakota was the first in the nation to receive Cognia accreditation. In Cognia's accreditation framework, it embeds diversity, equity, and inclusion principles for a standard of leadership, for curriculum, and for learner support. I have an issue with that. Those elements prioritize ideology over academic rigor, and it enforces progressive policies on schools.
As a matter of fact, Trump has executive actions targeting accreditors for DEI mandates. And I agree with that. I don't understand how Kirsten Baszler is going to get around those executive actions. And she doesn't really talk a lot about it, but it should be noted that in 2023, she convened a state superintendent student cabinet at the North Dakota State Capitol, where students from, and this is a quote, diverse backgrounds discussed topics including diversity and student issues. The discussion emphasized amplifying the voices of, quote, marginalized communities such as Native American students, LGBTQ students, and students of color, end quote. Now, which students did you hear left out of that? All right. And again, I hate to say it. No, I don't hate to say it because people need to hear it. Liberal white women are the worst. They push this garbage. Again, one of the reasons why we homeschool Eli is because of people like her. And now she's going to Washington. I mean, if you're going to fail up, I guess it helps if you look like this.
Yeah, that was about the gist of it. I am not a Baszler fan. I don't understand what all the hubbub was about her. Like her past is horrific. The folks that I've spoken to from the Bismarck area about her and her demeanor, even some of her co-workers, some ex-co-workers, says she is a volatile a woman, and she has anger management issues. She obviously has alcoholism, alcohol issues, because she's had what the two DUIs within 3 years. I thought your license was suspended for something like that. That's crazy to me, and the fact that she could continue to fail upwards just blows my mind. Um, and I'd like to get some feedback on that. Like some folks believe, it's a good thing because she's out. She'll be in Washington. She won't have her mitts here, and we'll see less of her. But I don't think that's a good thing. I think that we have way too many compromised people in power as it is. And as far as I can see, she is severely compromised. It again, it's mind blowing to me that she can achieve the heights that she achieves. And if it were like just an ordinary layperson, like someone without I guess a nice mug, and like if a guy like me walked up and said, "Hey, I just had two DUIs in the last 3 years. I'd like the top spot here at this company here," they'd be like, "What are you on crack or something? Who are you, Tyrone Biggums?" And we're going to talk about that also because apparently in Fargo, crack pipes are all the rage. Every week, and I used to love Fargo, but now every week there is something else, and it just makes me shake my head. But I'm going to talk to Bob about that. Bob Wheeler. He's going to be on in the 6:30 segment, and we're just going to go. Like I've You've seen Bob sitting in his truck. You've seen Bob on. You heard Bob on KHND with Rick Jensen, and yeah, you just kind of give him a mic and go and go. And so that's what we're gonna do. That's my whole plan for. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. There's gonna be direction. So just kind of hold on to your hats. This Kirsten Baszler thing, I'm not going to drag it on and on and on, but when I saw that headline, I'm like, it disgusts me, one, because I know that she is what I said in that last part of that clip, and it might be offensive, and I would apologize if I cared, but I don't care. Liberal white women are the absolute worst. We get the worst policies from them. We get the worst feel good garbage from them. I if you want something run badly, put a liberal white woman or a liberal black woman. As a matter of fact, I mean, the whole BLM thing was that it was a liberal white woman at the top and a bunch of black lesbians at the bottom, and they ran that thing into the ground. $1 billion just blown through like it was nobody's business, and the biggest contributor to that were liberal white women, progressive people in the LGBTQ community. It was not a lot of black folks. People don't realize this. BLM used black faces and voices, but very little black support, and they helped even fewer black people. It was a garbage movement, and I said that to say this: liberal white women, and they fail upwards for some reason, and I don't get it. I don't get it. I remember back when the Cognia thing was a big controversy, and I remember speaking out about it because I had read up about Cognia, and I know that she got accreditation from them. We were like the first in the nation, and people were touting it like it was some big deal, and I'm like, no, this is a woke accreditor that on their website. You go to their website and it's got DEI woke nonsense all over it. What are we doing? This is North Dakota. We're a red state. Why is this woman run? But her political affiliation, if you go to like Wikipedia or wherever you go to find out that sort of thing, it is 100. She says she's a Republican. Obviously, she's a Bergamite type Republican. She's not a conservative. She's a rhino at best. But she rubbed elbows with the right folks, and apparently that's a thing. That's the thing to do. You know, abandon your principles. Abandon the date that brung you to the party, to the prom, before the shinier dude, you know, with the leather coat and the Corvette outside or something. It's to me, it's mind blowing. And to put a finer point on that, she had a summit, a student summit at the Capitol, and the focus was marginalized voices. And the people that were represented there were like Native Americans, LGBTQ ampersand. I don't know if the T's were in the car or not at that point, but all of the alphabet mafia were there and being represented, and students of color. Now, this is North Dakota, so who was left out of that equation? And are you okay with that? And now that is going to Washington. How does that make you feel? Does that warm your cockles? Is what I want to know. Is that a good thing for North Dakota? I don't think it is. In my humble opinion, I'm like, no. But again, it's why we homeschool Eli. You can't trust your child's future, his education, to these people. You just can't do it. It's like Forrest Gump said. You sending your kid to like a public school. It's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. When your kid comes back to you, what are they gonna be? Are they going to be Eli that you sent to school with a head full of Jesus and, you know, a heart full of nature and outdoors and whimsical and funny? Or is he going to come back as a goth or some gay dude or, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I'll talk to Bob about that. Maybe he can give me some clarity on that. I'm also going to talk about the Fargo City Council. Now, as we all know, um, the mayor said, you know, I'm done with this whole public comment, broadcasting the whole public comment section of our city commission meetings because the public's got something to say. And I was surprised. Surprised, I tell you. I'm being sarcastic. I was not surprised. But liberal journalists agree with this idiot. agree with him. I and someone did this because apparently they just want my blood pressure to shoot way up. But they sent me a Mike McFeely article, and so of course I wasn't even a quarter of the way through that stupid tripe, and I'm shaking my head. Here's a journalist. Let me do my air quotes. Journalist. Here's a journalist, and the quote, and I put this in my social media as the dumbass quote of the day. Um, this is a quote. Some people don't need a voice. Some people have nothing worthwhile to say. Mike McFeely, journalist. Now, this genius is cheering the city of Fargo's plan to cut public comments from the city commission broadcast. I mean, and I put in this post translation: "Shut up, peasants. Only approved opinions are allowed." But we all, part of me was kind of shocked by that because I also saw another guy. Am I going to mention his name? Don't want him to get the notoriety, but a well-known guy that used to be libertarian. Now he's just full-on progressive liberal. So I don't understand that transformation. But there you go. It might be a body weight thing. I don't know. More weights, more plates, more dates type thing. He needs to get in the gym or something and get his T levels up. But that's another discussion for another day. But anyway, I was surprised that a journalist would be pro censorship. I mean, what about that whole First Amendment? And then my rational mind took over and said, these are the people that wanted censorship on the whole COVID thing, that wanted censorship on the like the January 6th thing. And I think we should talk about January 6th. Actually, I'm going to put that on my. I got I'm a rush baby, so I got a stack of stuff right here. Like this is my stack of stuff right here, and but that is in here also. So I think I want to talk about that too. But they were on board for censorship of anything that was against the left. We got boys can have babies out of the liberal media mindset. I saw Jasmine Crockett with a dude that felt pretty but was not, just all over all of the mainstream media. Now you have that type of propaganda going on, and you can see why McFeely, a person like him, does not value the unwashed masses and their opinions and their comments. You can totally understand that. They don't want to hear from you. I mean, they are slinging crack pipes out of the back of City Hall, and now their little bitty baby sensitivities are hurt because someone may deign to use a profane word. What? That, again, blows my mind. And we're going to talk about some of the controversies in the city of Fargo. Someone sent me a very, very interesting thing here. And I'm going a little long in this. I'm looking at the time. I'm going a little long because I had the internet issues. So we'll cut our first commercial and our first segment right after this. But if you remember, yours truly was in a fight with a city of Fargo employee who said some very vile and vapid things about MAGA, MAGA support, and Charlie Kirk, like just some vile things. And this person sent me this. This was published in February. um, City of Fargo employee was suspended without pay after making violent comments about Dakota Access Pipeline protesters. The comments, which included an observation that the protesters should be, well, fenced in, shot, drowned, that sort of thing. But these were made when the employee was off duty. The comments have since been deleted, but the city of Fargo decided to go ahead and launch an investigation into the issue. In addition to the unpaid suspension, city employees have to undergo mandatory cultural sensitivity training, social media guidance, and abide to the new social media policy. Now, I wonder what the social media policy is. Michelle Turnberg, help a brother out here. If you're listening, help a brother out. I'd like to know what those are. And I'd like to point out that the idiot that made those disparaging, vapid comments about Charlie Kirk, his assassination, never had to go through any of this. They was just like, uh, you know. So do I, as Leon Francis, well-known conservative face. I mean, who could forget this face? Look at this thing. It's all over the place. They got a face for radio. But if I'm in Fargo and I need city assistance, how comfortable am I? I drive my truck up there. They see my decals. Am I going to get service? Am I? I mean, absolutely. I wouldn't feel comfortable even asking. But that being said, I went a little long in this segment, so we're going to cut to commercial right now, and we'll be back right after this break. This is Leon Francis with BlackBeardLogic on the Guns and the 701 Network. Stay tuned.
Hey, it's Leon Francis from BlackBeardLogic on the Guns and the 701 Network. I'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
When you want it done right, go where lemons go. Kalen's Auto Service, owned and operated by Kalen and Misty Foss, lifelong locals with over 25 years experience. From modern rides to classic restorations, they can handle it all. Top quality work, fair price, and honest hometown values. Located just one block south of Highway 12 on 6th Avenue West in Lemon. Kalen's Auto Service, serving you with all your auto repair needs.
Flower Auto Repair, located at 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Give them a call at 701-258-6308.
The team of mechanics at Lauer Auto can take care of any problem your vehicle is having. And when you do business with Lauer, you can be assured you're doing business with a pro Second Amendment America First repair shop. There are plenty of other auto repair shops in the Bismarck-Mandan area. But why take a chance at patronizing a shop that might not have your beliefs at heart? Make no mistake.
Make no mistake.
Lauer Auto is your pro Second Amendment repair shop. When you talk to the guys at Lauer Auto, don't forget to tell them that you heard they are a sponsor of Guns and the 701 and that you appreciate their support of our pro Second Amendment, pro North Dakota live stream and podcast. That's Lauer Auto Repair, 701-258-6308.
701-258-6308.
Located 309 South Washington Street in Bismarck, North Dakota.
Come on, no.
Welcome back. It's Leon Francis with BlackBeardLogic on the Guns and the 701 Network. Let's get it. Let's get it indeed. I see my brother from another mother, Big Dog Bob Wheeler. Can you hear me, Bob?
The world is so lucky that I respect you. I respect your sponsors. Otherwise, I would unload on Cuck McFeely so hard right now. And this language bullshit.
Yep.
Okay. That it would embarrass me probably because I can do it. I'm capable. I'm a Marine. It is my First Amendment right to use any damn language I need to use, whether I'm in front of a frickin' joke of City Hall, whether I'm in front of Congress, whether I'm in front of the Supreme Court of the United States.
100%.
I can use any language. Now, is it classy? No. Am I going to get anywhere with it? No. Do I try to be classy? Yes. McFeely, suck it.
Can we put that in post-production? No, we can't. Okay, well, I'm not talking to. I'm talking to this guy right here. So, how are you, man?
Where are we at here? Is it working tonight, brother?
It is. I hear you fine.
I tried to go on laptop tonight. Things just didn't want to work. I can't get my Facebook, email to work. So we're on the phone. Are you having fun on this beautiful? We should be sitting at your place doing this live around the campfire.
Seriously, man.
Really should.
I this morning I was sitting out in the deer stand at like I don't know 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I'm like, it's going to be a pretty good day today. And all day I wanted to get back here so I can enjoy nature, man. It's beautiful. I checked my trail cam. I got a couple of good does on there, so yeah, it's going to be a good weekend. I'm hoping this weather holds.
If it wasn't for the idiot that started the runaway fire yesterday, we'd have had a beautiful day yesterday. I'm still coughing up black crap. You know, I support the farmers and ranchers in this world more than I support probably anybody. But whoever that idiot was, you screwed up the air quality for thousands of people yesterday. You need to pay a hefty fine. Let's hear an apology because that was stupid. But other than that, what a beautiful weekend.
That's why God made sock parties. Shoot me his name. No, I'm kidding. So you're not a fan of McFeely, huh?
I'm not a fan of the Dime Store Reporter. I'm not a fan of McFeely. You know, I guess if it's got anything to do with the Fargo Forum or anything in Fargo politics that's coming out of the media, I don't trust any of them. And I don't trust a lot of your buddies over there as far as some that you're associated with. But I'd still probably love to have the conversation, you know, with a lot of them.
Sure.
But I just don't trust anything anymore. And I don't, they prove it to me every day why I don't like them.
Right.
Nothing comes out factual. You know, if I'm very one-sided, I know that. I come out very, very conservative and constitutional. But I can, if I choose to be very, very in the middle of the road. If that's in the job that I had was presenting the news and only in the news, I could gladly do that. My opinions are my opinions for situations like this, for what I do when I do it. But I don't believe any of these people are capable of doing a straight up in the middle of the road job. They all have to be slash pieces on somebody somewhere, some way. They've got to be heightened junk, garbage. You know, I can't trust what's coming out of their mouths.
And it seems to me that when you, especially if we're talking about the mainstream media, it always slants left. It never slants middle of the road. It never slants right. There are very few that I would put in the mainstream media box that are not tilted left. And that goes for local too. Like the Valley News Live piece about the crack pipes. Now, when they did that, it was a fluff piece. Like they weren't asking questions like, "Hey, you know, you're slinging crack pipes out of the back of City Hall. What's going on there?" It wasn't that. It was a fluff piece. And this woman who's making, I found out, six figures. Yeah, she's on there and she's bragging about it. So, yeah, we don't smoke crack in Fargo, but the meth and the fentanyl, we got that in Aces. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And only after like massive public backlash did they go back and go, oh, we broke the story. You didn't break the story.
My hat's off to the public on that because you and I were cracking down on that crack pipe thing, no pun intended.
Yep.
And in 24 hours, less than 24 hours, oh boy, they were back.
It was a couple hours.
And it's not because I did anything. It's just because the public did a wonderful job of going, oh, what the hell are you doing here? You know?
Yeah, and all the stuff that is done in the dark in our name, that is scary to me also. Like, and even on the national stage, like, man, I am, you know me. I love America. I'm America first and America only. As a matter of fact, I'd be just fine if we just left everybody in the world alone and focused on America. That's me. But I've seen our government do some pretty shady things.
All we need is one of the major media conglomerates in our name. And then we don't go in there hardcore right like we are. Okay, that's what we are. We're America first patriots. But if we could own 1/3 of the media conglomerates, we could fix this. At least we could fix it faster. I'm not going to fix it all the way, but what people are being fed and especially right now, it is so hard to discern what's right and what's wrong, what's left and what's right anymore, what's truthful. Okay, yeah, I don't believe a word out of any politician's mouth.
Nope.
And if there was a reporter worth his salt, or hers, they would go in and they'd start digging and they'd be like, all right, let's, and I'm going to pick on Fetterman because I'm thinking of him right now, right? The
Yeah.
poor guy took a hell of a fall. He even joked at himself, so my face is going to be uglier than it was. All right, but
Yep.
I'm going to say John Fetterman right now because he's a Democrat that's got more of a brain than I ever thought Lurch would have. But if that individual went after Fetterman, and let's find out exactly what happened to your face. How did you do it? And this is just soft. This is pretty easy, but get the truth out there, no matter what it is, and bring it to the people and make sure that all the people have a chance to hear about it. The only way we pick up anything important anymore is social media. Okay, that you can't watch the news and get anything truthful. I don't watch Fox. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch ABC, NBC, CBS. I don't trust any of them. And
I'll
I
tell you
don't
this:
trust the
if
politicians.
if it were not for the social media backlash, the crack pipes in Fargo would have never even been a story.
Yeah.
And I know that for an absolute fact. And I also know that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot more coming out about that harm reduction center. I cannot like divulge any of the pertinence yet, but man, there's some shady things going on over there.
I don't know
Shady.
how that's going to happen. I'm glad that it's going to, but is it going to get what it's due? Is it going to get the attention that it needs to deal
I'm
with
going to make
that?
sure it does.
Well, that's the problem, and I guess that's what you and I try to do daily or weekly anyway. Is we're trying to raise awareness, and I do things pretty wild once in a while just to try to get attention, and maybe it's a little bit of a circus act, maybe it's not. You take your pick, if you want to go that route, right? And
With
all
me,
it
you get
is
the attitude you deserve. That's
well,
what.
I just want to raise. I want people fired up a little bit.
Mm.
I just, in my mind, I can fix this country so fast it's not even funny. I can't fix it using the Constitution that fast, but I could fix it so that we had to follow the Constitution again and we could do a do-over. It wouldn't take much. It really wouldn't, but you'd have to have the hand of God to do it, right? You'd have to have that
I'm going to
exactly
disagree
what we
with you. I'm going to disagree with you a little bit on that. I think that you can use the Constitution, and especially if we use the original intent. I think a lot of things that are happening in our country are unconstitutional. We just don't have the will to hold people accountable.
yeah, we can use the Constitution, but we can't fix it fast enough with just the Constitution. That's all
Okay.
on. Yeah, the Constitution, it works perfectly.
Yeah.
But the way people think about the Constitution right now, we have to do a hard reset on going back to the rule of law, and it has to be constitutional.
And it
Okay,
has to be
that's
original intent. Like
absolutely.
the Constitution that I have upstairs, it's in that big glass display deal with all the amendments, with the Federalist Papers there, with all of the articles and like everything. We have to go back to that. Look at what the founders' mindset was. Like our country is great if we are a moral people, and not if it's not. Because if you gameplay this thing out, it's what's happening in New York. We have a Muslim socialist that's going to be running New York and Minneapolis. I mean, what's going? And I understand freedom of religion, but
This isn't
we're,
religion
this
anymore.
isn't again. And just so everyone is clear on my thoughts on like Islam, I think it's a garbage gutter religion. One, I think that Muhammad tried to sell his brand of religion like to the other religions, the other like Judeo-Christian religions, and they rejected him. So he went on a jihad. I I I, I don't believe it's compatible with our Constitution as it's written. I think that our
No way, no how.
Constitution would have to be rewritten in order for it to be compatible with Islam. So that's my 2 cent on like why I don't think it would be compatible. And then you look at Minneapolis, and you're like, and then New York, and you're like, wait a minute, Dearborn, places in
Oh,
Texas where they're building these huge mosques and everything, and you're just like, how did we get here? We got
what
here.
would have happened if we could have drawn enough attention to Dearborn, Michigan for the last 10 years? Would people still be acting the same? I mean, you and I have known about Dearborn, Michigan for, well, I'll just say at least 5 years,
Yeah.
right? Okay. Drawing the attention to this, and gosh, I've caught some heat this week because I said something that people do not like. But,
Did you?
imagine me doing that, right? But okay, you're talking about New York City. To a point, nothing changes there with the Mondami, but yet it really does change on the national level. Politically, it kind of doesn't change.
Mm.
I want New York to fall. Now, I know not
Mm.
all the way, but I want New York to fail badly. I want my redneck country hillbilly brothers and sisters that live in that state, my God-fearing, gun-loving, patriotic Americans to get pissed.
Yep.
Okay, I want you guys to have to step over some of these clowns doing their prayer 3 times a day. I want somebody driving around shooting speakers if they start doing the call to prayer.
Yep.
I want you guys to have to suffer.
They don't care
I
about
want you to
our
have to
culture.
stand up for yourselves in
Right.
the situation and say, man, did this get screwed up? Look
Why
at
do
what
we
this is
always why do we always have to be the polite ones? That's what I don't get.
we don't. And
I used to be that guy. I mean, if you heard me on radio 10, 20 years ago with Chris Berg, I'm using the big philosophical collegey words, and I'm trying to be like all inclusive, and then I just got tired of it because these people don't stop coming. And sometimes you need to be a beast to stand up and confront a beast. And so that's the guy that I am now. Like I don't care what you think. I care about what's right. And that's what you're going to get when you're looking at me or you're talking to me. Which is why when like I had a person reach out to me to talk to the idiot in Fargo, and I'm like, no, because he's not going to like the way what I have to say, and if we're on air, they're going to cut to commercial. I mean, it's just it's not going to happen. I'm done with it. I'm done. And I'm not a guy that says my way or the highway. I believe in compromises, but there are some frameworks that we compromise within,
there is
and
no
those,
compromise.
yeah,
There is no compromise. It's the Constitution. This is the way it was written.
that's the frame. That's the
It's always
framework.
the way it was written. And the only compromise that we've got is who's writing it down because this is the law. This is the rule of the land.
Yeah,
There's no compromise anymore. What am I going to compromise on the Second Amendment? What am I
nothing.
going to compromise on the First Amendment? You can say it, but I can't. Yeah, you're older than me, so you can say it. I mean, you and I've heard these arguments all of our lives with the gun control issue with the Second Amendment. Well, you didn't have, all you had was muskets back then. Well, I didn't have any damn computers back then. And it's as simple as that.
Yeah,
And it's silly to have to go to that, but I'm using a pencil now or an ink pen versus a quill.
yeah,
All right. So the beauty of the Constitution, this is what I really probably want to hammer home. You can change it if you don't like it. The founding fathers made sure that you could. They
yeah.
knew that it wasn't going to be perfect, but it was going to be perfect for right now.
It is
And
the
if those
framework.
thought differently, you could argue and follow the guidelines and change it. Now, if I stand up and make sure that you can't change it by following the rules, guess what? You lose, move on, change something else.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's a way to do all of this. But everybody, at least right now, wants it right now. I don't want this. I don't like it.
I think some of us, and I understand that sentiment, but I think some of us are frustrated because we see things that are clearly unconstitutional. We saw them change the laws in New York just to get Trump. We saw that happen, and we're waiting on judicial review. We're waiting on the Supreme Court to wade in. Hey, come on now, guys. I mean, this is
How is
obviously
it constitutional?
unconstitutional, and they have the power to do it. Not a word. Not a word. And when these people get in power, trust me, they're going to pack the Supreme Court. They're going to pack it. And it's already like, again, my wife and I have these conversations. I told her that right now, the Supreme Court, all these judges that are standing in Trump's way, it's the Supreme Court that makes those judicial decisions. They can say, "Well, we're shutting down that court there, and we're going to institute a new one." They can do that because that's their judicial purview. That's what they were set up to do. But nobody's doing anything. So some people like me get frustrated, and it may seem like I want things to change right now. I really don't. I want things to go back to the way that they're supposed to be in the framework in which they were constructed. That's what I want. And
Greatest president of the United States ever is Donald Trump.
Mm.
Ronald Reagan is a second now to me. But
Mm.
Donald Trump is not a constitutional president.
Yeah.
He is screwing up too. And I agree. He needs to be held accountable for that. Okay. But he's doing what he can do the way the system's working right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'd love to think that the man had a master plan. This way is to do what he's got to do and then push it constitutionally and get it fixed. I don't know if I can do that, but Donald Trump is doing nothing different than the damn politicians in Bismarck are doing. They pass a law, whether it's constitutional or not, in most cases not. And then they force the citizens, us, you and I, to pay money through the court system to challenge it, to fix it.
Yeah.
That's why none of these laws get fixed. Because we can't afford $25,000, $30,000 to challenge a law all the way to the Supreme Court and get it fixed. When they know damn well it's not constitutional. It's not that hard to figure out what's constitutional. We can go up and look at your copy. We can look at my copy. We look at thousands of books.
I got pocket copies. I mean, if you need one, I got pocket.
To do it.
Yeah,
Leon, it doesn't take a damn lawyer to do it. And like I said, I love Donald Trump to death, but he's not a constitutional president. He's doing some good things. He's doing some bad things. The way he's abusing the system.
Yeah. So maybe we should unpack that in another segment. I'd like to get your opinion on what he's doing. And again, my mind is this: we need a beast to confront a beast. We need a savage to confront savagery. And I believe that the way the Democrats ran our country for the last 4 years was savagery on the citizenry. I believe that what they orchestrated is a very, very dangerous thing. Like January 6th, and I want to talk to you about that. Like what they did, and that whole narrative that they pushed and had all McFeely included, had all these liberal mouthpieces. It was the worst thing since the Civil War. Are you serious right now? Are you serious? There, I don't know if you guys know this, but a Capitol Police officer planted that pipe bomb. It's like 99.99% certain that it was her. She is the same person that fired from a elevated position that what is it? FN 303, the pepper ball that went through that guy's face. I did a reel on it. She's standing there. Yeah, you should go back and check out my reels. I did a whole thing on that. But she is one of the people that was up there. Then she got down from there. She's an instructor. Got down from there, put on her baklava and her all black and the hoodie and all that, and then she goes down there, plants the pipe bomb, talks to the police, and and we couldn't find her till now. And our government did that. Our government under Democrats did that. They tried to amp up that crowd. They tried to make them violent. And then when they couldn't, they orchestrated a whole narrative. A whole narrative. It is the most consequential thing that has happened in America probably in the last, I want to say, 100 years. what they did on January 6th. And then the entire Biden administration, a guy like me looks at that scenario and I'm ready to turn my flag upside down, man.
Oh, I'm ready to just fly the black one.
I'm like, we're not even a country now.
Lex Talionis, brother. Lex Talionis. Fly the flag upside down. Let's let it rip. An eye for an eye.
Here, I'm going to get to some of the comments. Before you came on, I was talking about Kirsten. So Lynette says she's a loser during COVID. And I didn't even think I was going to get to any of my comments. I didn't even think I was getting to the live stream because my ISP has been just wonky. And I'm an IT guy. So, but if what's coming in the pipe is having issues, then you're having issues. So I had to switch over to another router. I had to take I got a watchdog security, so no one can like hit my network or anything like that. So I had to take that off, and like I'm bare bonesing right now. But anyway, Lynette says she's a loser. Talking about Kirsten during COVID, she wanted to get rid of the grading system and let kids learn at their own pace. Oh yeah, that's smart. And so if you're in 4th grade and you can't read, that's okay. The kid will eventually learn. Doug said they identified as black. Don't know what you're talking about there, Doug, but I appreciate you listening. They may shut down. Oh yeah, they shut down cigarette vending machines. Now you can buy crack pipes out of them. No, you don't have to buy them, Doug. And this is another mind-blowing thing. I saw the vending machines where you can get drug paraphernalia, and you can walk outside, and if a police officer stops you, checks you, sees that paraphernalia, you're going to jail. And if you had that paraphernalia on you before, that becomes a felony.
Don't they still charge you for condoms at that vending machine?
I have no idea. I'm not a degenerate, right? Man. I have no idea. I'm married,
Well, okay, if they're going to give away free crack pipes, why don't we give away condoms, give away tampon Tim specials? Okay, let's give away cigarette, whatever.
Yeah, it's all crazy, man. Rick Jensen said it's Bob Wheeler from an undisclosed location somewhere. Nobody. That's my tagline.
This is my third compound and 5th state. I mean, oh really?
Oh yeah. What do you do?
You know what I'm saying.
Anyway, I'm going to hit one more commercial break. And again, I'm running long because we had issues, right out of the gate. So you guys bear with me. We'll be right back with Big Dog Bob Wheeler on BlackBeardLogic, Guns in the 701.
Hey, it's Leon Francis from BlackBeardLogic on the Guns in the 701 network. I'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
Looking for the best gun gear for every and any situation? Little Angry Man Arms LLC has you covered. Top-notch guns from top-name brands like Winchester, Glock, Sig Sauer, and Ruger to essential extras from Magpul, Streamlight, Hollow, Sun Optics, and more. Little Angry Man Arms LLC have everything to make your shooting adventures a success. Visit littleangrymanarms.com today and gear up for your next big hunt, competition, or home defense. Don't miss out on our exclusive deals. Little Angry Man Arms LLC, based in Trail City, South Dakota, your ultimate hunting partner.
Ever tried catching a fish with your bare hands or hunting a deer with a stick? Don't be that guy. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we've got all the hunting and camping gear you need. We're your one-stop shop for outdoor adventure.
A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed.
Check us out at mandansportinggoods.com, or better yet, stop in to 210 East Main Street, Mandan, North Dakota. Mandan Sporting Goods, where the outdoors meets functionality. Store hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Closed Sunday. Take up arms at Mandan Sporting Goods. Your adventure starts here.
Welcome back. It's Leon Francis with BlackBeardLogic on the Guns and the 701 network. Let's get it.
Let's get it, Leon Francis. This is Blackbeard Logic on the Guns and the 701 Network, and I'm chilling with my homie, Big Dog Bob Wheeler. How you doing, brother?
What a wonderful evening, huh? We should, like I said earlier, we should be out sitting around a campfire drinking whiskey and telling lies.
100%, man. We're
Yeah.
gonna do that. As a matter of fact, we got to do that soon before the weather
Yeah.
gets too dumb to. Did you get?
I do that on the ice once in a while. Get the ice houses out, get the walleye tip ups rolling, and stogies and whiskey and a campfire. Yeah, it's not going to burn down overnight and sink us. We'll be all right.
I'm a black dude. Me,
What? Really?
like
I ain't doing this shit no more.
I have tons of friends that have tried over the years to get me to go out ice fishing. I've never been out once. I don't understand the logic of putting a house on ice on a river or on a lake and then having it heated and drill a hole in the ice and sit there. And I just, to me, I'm like, man, that dog don't hunt for me.
You
And
and
I'm a
Eli are
southern boy
coming with me
too, so
perch. You and Eli are coming with me perch fishing, not too far from your undisclosed location, and we'll get you out there and teach you how to when it's safe, when it's not safe, and we'll throw in a movie for Eli, and we'll have a cigar and enjoy the day, catch some fish. You'll like it. I can get you to like it.
I'm gonna tell you this. A little aside. I bought like a month ago. I bought Eli. Well, for his birthday, I bought him some boots, and so he was stomping around the house. And when I got home, his mom told me that my little 8-year-old said, "I'm a cowboy. All I need now is whiskey and a cigar, and I'll be a real cowboy." And I'm like, dude, don't
Raised
be saying,
right. Raised right.
I'm like, you can't be saying that in polite company.
Yeah, hell he can't. Let her rip, buddy.
I want to
I
find
love that kid.
I want to find some little. They used to make these Lucky Strike candy cigarettes. Yeah, I'm gonna get them. And I know some like pansy progressive liberal parents are gonna be like, oh my god, man, I was raised on those things. So
I don't know where to get them in North Dakota, but I know damn well I can get them in South Dakota. So
okay,
we'll figure that out.
good deal. Good deal. So, before the break, we were talking about just a host of things, mostly constitutional versus none, and issues in Fargo. And I'm just going to run down. I printed out a bunch of controversies in Fargo, and then we're going to put that to bed because I want to ask. I want to ask Bob some questions on the national scale a little bit, but these are the controversies in Fargo. Just I did a quick query. Number one, public comment broadcast halted. That's November 24th. Fargo will no longer live stream public comments during city commission meetings. Mayor Tim Baloney says it's to protect staff from harmful speech. So slinging crack rocks is fine. I mean, crack pipes is fine. But if you say a naughty word, they just can't deal with that. And I believe that it's a violation of transparency. The 2018 policy requiring full meeting broadcast should be upheld. Um, so I think that that's going to hold. If it's up to McFeely, you know, shut those plebs up and that sort of thing. Anyway, the harm reduction program was suspended, but only after the city had distributed 5,000 glass crack pipes through its harm reduction center. And they abruptly paused it. I remember the day. I remember, and it was within hours of the public backlash. They were like, "Oh, you know what? Maybe this ain't a great idea." But that's public health versus public outrage. Where do you stand? The police department in crisis, and I've been beating this drum for some time now. Over 50 officers have left since 2020. Did you know that, Bob?
Oh, you're the one that told me, but I found out from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Over,
amazing.
over 50 officers. So even if they were to fire this idiot tomorrow, it's going to take a while to build that leadership team up. a while. There are delayed responses to violent incidents. We had a city commissioner on Jay Thomas's show talking about the 911 delayed responses. And so that blows my mind. And he has an arrogant tone in public statements. He's like, basically, shut up, plebs. What are you complaining about? So there was a murder. So there's a chalk outline where you walk to work. Get with the times, dude. That's what he's telling you. That's oh, and there's a toxic work environment which would lead to 50 officers leaving. Our first responders deserve better. And then
Have
and
that all been under him?
yeah,
Those 50 leaving? Okay.
since 2020, 50
But
left
that's
under
all
him.
under the same chief of police.
Yes.
Okay.
It's again, that says something. And then the advisory boards, and I'm not like one of those guys that I'm not going to be on a police advisory board. I probably should, but citizens groups like the Police Advisory Board have been complaining that their input is ignored. They're calling those boards symbolic, not impactful, and they don't think that citizen voices actually matter. And when you look at everything that's coming out of City Hall, that would seem to be true. I don't follow these boards, but if they're saying that, and then you have all of the things that we are hearing publicly, that lends credibility to it. I mean, I would. And then I found this one interesting. $3 billion AI data center. There's a fight there. Fargo wants to annex the land north of the city. Harwood says no way, and the tensions are rising fast. Like the mayor of Harwood is pretty hard nosed, man. He's like, nope, not gonna happen. So, and then obviously the city employees' Facebook meltdown, staffer profanity-filled post about Charlie Kirk's assassination. I was right in the middle of that firestorm. I'm the reason there was a firestorm. I was that PO that reel that I did. I think it got like 3,000 interactions.
Nice.
So yeah, it was pretty. It was one of my biggest one. But the fact of the matter is, if you're looking at all of that and you're asking yourself as a conservative, do you matter? The answer is no. I'm just going to tell you right, just like that, no. Which brings me to this. There is a relatively new group in Fargo called the Fargo Area Conservatives. I would encourage you guys to go and support those guys because uh, they are standing up. They're trying to be the voice, and I believe that Mayor Baloney, and that's just going to be my pet name for him, Baloney. Mayor Baloney, I believe that his wanting to censor the comment section is because of those guys. So I say bravo. They're doing something right. They're over the target because he can't take it. He cannot take those guys standing up and saying, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And so support them. And I'd also want you guys to support the Minuteman blog.com because a lot of the things that I pull for, like if you're going just through the mainstream media, you're not going to find a lot. But if you go through the Minuteman blog, you'll find tons. Like all the stuff that I put into that reel, I got it from the Minuteman blog. And just tons of information there that I didn't even know. I mean, I didn't like her for other reasons, and a couple of the I knew about the domestic assault and all of that stuff, but a lot of the other stuff that I'm not going to get into right now came from right there. Yeah, so check that out, and then we're going to put the whole Fargo shenanigan to bed. Now, what I want to talk to you about, Bob, I've had a lot of conservative, Republican, libertarian friends all over this issue. Um, Trump and the Epstein files. I want to know what you think about, so leading up to election day, you know, we had all of these, like talking heads everywhere, all over the place. Pam Bondi is supposed. I am on record on a live stream with Jamie saying I don't like Pam Bondi because I think she's horrible at her job.
Mhm.
But then we get like the Democrats on the back end of them shutting down the government, so they could bilk the American public out of all of that money for the ACA to give to their big pharmaceutical and healthcare uh, buddies. And again, that blows my mind. I thought they were the eat the rich people. I thought they were against the big capitalists. But no, they want to send billions of dollars to these very same people via the ACA, and they couch it in the affordable. If the thing is affordable, why do we need to keep subsidizing it? Why do we need billions of dollars to subsidize these people? Or is your healthcare cost going up or down? I mean, people that did that had great, and then the ACA came about, the Obamacare thing came about, and within years they had to their healthcare provider shut down, and they were without health care for a while. I was one of those people, and so I know that for a fact. Being independent contractor, like when I was with UPS, it was fine because it's UPS. And then with Ericsson, it was fine. But me alone, my God, you know.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
So, but they did all that, and then so they lost that fight. They lost that fight, and here they come with the Epstein files, and they're like, "Oh, look, it's Trump." Now, I'll get into what they actually uncovered, which was a nothing burger, but I want to know your feeling on the whole Epstein controversy. There, some people are saying Trump should release it. Pam Bondi flubbed it. What's going on there? What do you think? What do you think is
I,
going on?
I don't care about Epstein till we're just about done with this term of election in 3 years. And I know that sucks for a lot of people. And I'm not, I want heads to roll, right?
Yep.
So I want this Epstein thing handled perfectly to a T. Okay. Now I understand. God, I've made some enemies. I've had some discussion with some of my. Matter of fact, I had to call one of my really good conservatives, constitutional conservatives, the other day to have this discussion because I wondered where I was at with a lot of stuff right now. I'm not changing my viewpoint. They had some great comments, things for me to absolve and really think about where I stand on things. Here's what I'm going to say about Epstein. It's a big picture thing. We've got a war to fight. If you want to pick a war that is human trafficking, child trafficking, the drugs, the whole thing, that's not the whole war as much as it for somebody it is, and it's some of the worst atrocities this world has ever seen. Okay, I would never downplay this stuff, but I don't know if it's a little bit of my military mind. I don't know what it is, but I'm seeing battle here, battle here, battle here, battle there, battle here, and there's a war to be won. And I think that Epstein thing is still a tool. Gosh, guys, every time I decide to finally doubt Donald Trump, a week later he's like, "Yep, that's why you're supposed to believe in him." Okay, not perfect, right? But every time I doubt him, and it's only happened a couple times. Early on I did a little bit because I'm still me, right? But then I started thinking about where I was at with things. And every time I doubt him, he proves me wrong. Every time I think he's losing his mind or he's bought and paid for, he proves me wrong. I voted for the man 3 times. I'd probably vote for him 4, 5, 6 times if he wants to pick a different job. I trust him. I have to trust him right now. I think that the Epstein talking points are just exactly that right now. There's a whole lot to the Epstein thing, but they're using it back and forth and back and forth. Just let them play that out, guys.
What he has already done for drug trafficking, like blowing up those narco boats. I'm all for that. Give me more of that. They are finding exploited children by the thousands and the tens of thousands and the 20 of thousands. They're stopping rape gangs. They're all and all of that success is being drowned out by this Epstein thing. And
Exactly.
what people don't understand is the Democrats had this information for a long time. Donald Trump said something, and it's been memory hole, but he said that basically the Democrats have removed so many things, inserted so many things that the data is unreliable now, and I believe that. I believe that when Pam Bondi said, and this is in hindsight, because when Bondi did this, I was livid. So this is in hindsight. But
Mhm.
when she came out and she's like, I got the stack on my desk. I'm going to release this thing in a week. Blah, blah, blah. It's going to blow your mind. And I believe what they did was they went through some of that data and they realized how much of it was corrupted.
I think
They
she was going
handled
rogue.
it badly, though.
I think she was going rogue at that time, and President Trump had to reel her ass in.
Hmm?
I'm still surprised that Pam Bondi's working under his cabinet. I think you keep your enemies closer right now because that woman is off her friggin' rocker. And she's purdy, so she stays there for right now, right?
Yep.
Useful idiots, useful military mind. It's a battle that we got to fight, and the big picture, the big war. I mean,
And
how bad
you
did we
said a
want?
mouthful there. You said a mouthful. We are like they got us so polarized and running around like chickens with our heads cut off for this thing and that thing and the other thing that we miss the big picture. Hey, there's a battle going on right here. You're focused on this little skirmish over here that doesn't amount to a hill of beans. It's a talking point. It's a
They're
throwaway line. That's what that
they're
is.
dividing the conservatives as much as they can. I don't give a
Mm,
shit about Rand Paul or Thomas Massey. Okay, and that's one of the biggest things I had to talk to my buddy about. Well, the constitutionalists. I said, okay, really? I said, how come they're split?
mm.
Well, no. How come they're split on the shutdown? I'm supposed to look to Thomas Massey and Rand Paul as the constitutional heroes right now.
Mm.
No, I'm not. If they were looking at the bigger picture, they'd jump on there with the Republicans to get the things done they need to get done. Hey, you want me to join you? Right now, we got to concentrate on this. Okay. A big picture, little battles. Thomas Massey and Rand Paul may be great. They're no heroes of mine right now. Okay.
Yeah,
No
and
heroes of
I've
mine.
always been a fan of both, and but I agree with you that we got a big picture of this thing. We can't right now. Like one of the things that you have to admire about the left is it doesn't matter how batshit crazy their policies or their procedures are, they go hard. They go hard. They don't care how crazy it is. They go hard. They get it done. And then we have a problem. like we, we legitimately tear each other down. We like they'll throw. It's like you're throwing a steak in a pit of tigers, and they're just tearing each other up. And that's what I see.
But our
I see
best
that.
qualities are what's dividing us.
Yep.
Okay, Leon, the way I see this is the Democrats are the biggest sheep you've got in the country. You give them a talking point and they're going to parrot that. Okay, because they're all a bunch of damn followers. The problem with Republicans or conservatives or the right side of things, we're all a bunch of free thinkers that got our own minds.
Yep.
And that's why, so I don't praise the Democrats for that. I praise the Republicans for having their own mind, but I cuss them for not being able to get behind some things, see that bigger picture, and work towards that goal. That's just the Democrats are the worst sheep we've got in this country, and I could lead them all to slaughter if I could just have a wolf in sheep's clothing.
But that's what I mean. They are good sheep. They are good drones.
They're good sheep. You're absolutely right. Yep,
And
that's
again,
what.
if you have so if you have a pretty nice aggressive hardcore military, but they're not all pulling in the same direction. You can get those drones to take out a lot of them. And the drones
Absolutely.
don't care. Like you think about like how they're pushing sexuality on kids and transgenderism and the LGBTQ ampersand and all of that stuff. That is gutting their progeny, but they don't care. So that is a big loss for them. The conservatives, we're all about having kids. Like, let's have babies right now. Biscuit, gravy, and babies. That's
I'm
what makes
53
America.
years old. If I could find the right woman, I'd be knocking out babies till the end of the.
Yeah,
I
and,
would.
and abortion and all of that. But I said that to say this: they don't care if their policies hurt the drones, as long as as long as the objective is captured, and so they'll go through it. And that's, to me, that's what I said I found admirable about them. Now, I also find it very admirable that you and I can have so much that we have in common. And because of who we are, some would say bullheaded, but some would say common sense, rational. But we don't think we're not
If we
simpatico
don't
on
have something different, I won't come on the show again. If we
right,
can't
right.
disagree and think of, because that I don't want a damn vacuum chamber, Leon. I
Yep,
don't
yep.
want what we have in Bismarck. We've got this
Mm.
major supposed Republican majority. Okay, no, I want
Here,
it
let me.
within 10 votes.
Your major majority is leaking minutes because they don't like Matthew. They're leaking minutes to that liberal idiot because they don't like him. They're trying to tank him right now. I hate that.
If that's a Donald Trump thing, Donald Trump's screwing up, but I don't really believe it is. I think it's powers that be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't think it's really truly a Donald Trump thing. I think that's why I think he's got something else going on there. But there's no reason to go after any Republicans in the midterm. I don't understand what's happening there, but I just don't think that's really a Donald Trump thing. Gosh, Leon, we could do this for like 10 hours, 3 times a week. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And we could solve a lot of things if people would listen, but yet we'd still be back on the same things. And what it boils down to me right now, whether it's Kirsten Baszler, whether it's Epstein, whether it's Donald Trump, going against Massey, is the American people are twisted and tweaked. They've been sold a bill of goods. They can't get the truth anywhere other than picking things apart on social media. You can't trust ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox,
Nope.
CNN. You can't trust anybody, right?
Nope.
Don't trust me. I've said that just about every time I do a live anymore. I want you to look for yourself. I want you to dig. I want you to find these things. Don't trust Leon Francis. Go look for somebody else. If you're in
Yep.
our neck of the woods right now, the best and biggest thing you can do is get involved to help the city of Fargo, right? We can fix a
Right.
couple things there.
I think that
if we could get the word out, just one mass blowout to everybody, all it boils down to is getting involved. Okay,
Yep.
and we could fix so much. We don't have to agree to fix things. You and I could probably solve the national debt in a couple hours, and that doesn't mean it's just you and I.
Yeah.
For lack of a better example, JD and I could fix the national debt.
Yeah.
Okay, we could fix, Guns and 701 could go to Washington and fix the Second Amendment issue forever.
But and again, so you got people like Elon that were in there with Doge, and they uncovered USAID and all the fraud. Not only that, have you seen the fraud from the Somali community in Minneapolis? That
You really
alone,
want to start me on this one?
dude. What I'm saying to you is, yeah, we absolutely have to get involved. And if you guys that are listening right now take anything from this podcast, outside of two bearded dudes like just bloviating all over the place, but if you take anything from this, get involved. You got to get involved because they are running roughshod over us because they have drones, and I get it. Like, and I told Michelle that a lot of folks like me, we're working. So to get to Fargo at 5 o'clock, you
6 o'clock.
that's not going to happen. But if you are in especially if you're in the Fargo area and you want to see Fargo go back to like when I first came to Fargo and I loved it. If you want to see your city go back to that, you got to be involved. Or the John Strands and the Tim Baloney's are going to run roughshod over that city right now. Do you understand that the city of Fargo has been downgraded 3 times in their credit rating? They're going to be they're going to be bankrupt. Like when they cannot hit any of the benchmarks. I did a reel on that. They can't hit any of the benchmarks that would give them decent credit. The next time around, they're going to be downgraded again because they're so far out. They're so far like over their skis with the budget and all of these liberal things that they're doing there. And it's because they have people like John Strand there. They have people like Tim Baloney there. They have you get these liberals, they're like parasites. They'll come into Fargo, and when Fargo is fat and good and roaring, and they will just suck everything out of it and leave a husk of what it used to
See,
be.
we just let the parasites into Western North Dakota too by that stupid damn Theodore Roosevelt Library.
Mm.
Okay, and those parasites are from out of state. The out of state money's winning. And it's the same damn parasites that are ruining Fargo. They're going to ruin Medora. They already have, as far as I'm
Yep.
concerned. I found out about deer falling off the backside of that stupid hump they built over this library. I've got residents to talk to me that are just like, you should see this ugly monstrosity.
Oh no.
Okay. And that thing would have been fine with me if you'd have stuck it at Dickinson at DSU and built a moderate library or whatever you want to call it, and I'd have supported the thing. I
Yeah.
would have supported that thing. But no, you let the liberal outsider freaking money come into this state again, and now you're letting them in further and further and deeper into Western North Dakota. Okay.
And I may have mentioned this before on another podcast. It worries me about how much liberal money is coming into the area. So what I do is I'm a network engineer. So I go out, I get service calls to go out and fix networks or set up networks and things like that. So um, a couple months ago, it's probably been longer than that now. I'm in Lisbon, good old Lisbon, North Dakota, just a hometown, small,
You
a-
know it
and
well.
and I go into so the theater has been bought out by this liberal, progressive Oregonian. And so I go in there to set up a couple of networks and that shop and the other. The entire time she's talking to me about how horrible Donald Trump is and Orange Man. And obviously, because I'm black, I must have been a Democrat. She didn't see my truck. And she's just going on and on. And I'm like, couldn't some conservative or remotely Republican person buy I think it's the oldest theater in North Dakota.
I
But that's what we're
guarantee
dealing with.
the city fathers in Lisbon welcomed her with open arms. They're Democrats in Lisbon, and it sucks.
She's a garbage person. I mean, and I don't care if she ever calls me again. I probably would turn down the ticket. But the fact of the matter is, you have that type of money, out of state money, moving into these small communities and jing them.
Look
That's a
at Beach,
problem.
North Dakota. Beach, North Dakota has one of the oldest theaters in the state. It was bought out by some liberal jackwagons
Yeah.
that were setting them. My God, the fight we had a year ago trying to help friends of mine over there, you wouldn't believe it didn't get national or statewide news. But man, I got blocked and banned so many times from people over that one because they had a dance studio running in their liberal theater that they like to do their things in, and they wouldn't allow parents in
Yep.
during classes. Now I understood some of
I
that
remember
because
that.
kids will goof off and screw around, but you need to have a viewing area like the Catholic Church used to have, where the crying room or whatever you could still view. Okay, and they didn't see
Yeah.
any problem with that. Okay, so the liberal the liberal attack on North Dakota isn't new. It's just getting bolder and bolder and bolder. and
And a lot
Fargo is
more
the
of them are
biggest
finding their way.
representation of that. You know, you brought up
Mm.
the Somali crap from Minnesota and Fargo. If any of you out there, I'm going to do a shameless plug. Pick up 1470 KHND and listen to Rick Jensen and myself and our David Adams talk on this past Tuesday. I really threw down the gauntlet because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm tired of it. After that young lady was chased down on the interstate in Fargo Moorhead by a Muslim wielding a machete, busting out her window. I'm going to tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, do not McFeely effing do this in front of me.
Yep.
Because guess what? You know what I'm going to do. I don't have to say it. You
Yep.
pull a machete, you're going to go to the coroner's office.
Yep.
And I'm done pussyfooting around about this kind of stuff, Leon.
Yeah.
I'm going to say what I feel. Deport every damn one of them. If you are a Muslim and you practice Islam and you believe that I'm an infidel, get the hell out of my country. Get the
Yep.
hell out of my state. I'm done. I'm tired. I ain't putting up with it.
You,
Luckily, I don't have to deal with it personally very often. But
yeah.
don't let me have to deal with something like that. It's ruining this state. It's ruining that city. That's part of the biggest problem you've got over there. Okay? Don't let it happen in front of me and mine.
Under Biden, there were people sponsoring hundreds to thousands of people to come to
Bleeding
Minnesota.
heart. Bleeding
It
heart.
it blows my mind, and the amount of fraud. I'm going to do a
Look at
reel.
Ilhan Omar.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
Minnesota.
Like we're
Ilhan
not going to
Omar,
talk
brother.
about that. We're just not going to talk about Ilhan Omar committing fraud, coming into this country, marrying her brother, her
Let's
kids.
talk about her giving a speech saying how much she calls the king or the whatever goofball in Somalia is her uncle, and he
Yep,
calls me sweetheart and blah blah blah. Well, lady, you slept with your husband, your brother, to get
yep,
into this country. You're a
yeah,
hyphenated American. I hate that with a passion. You're a
yep.
dual citizen. I hate that worse. Go ahead into Congress, whether it's North Dakota or Minnesota or the nation, and if you're hyphenated, you're gone.
Yeah.
If you cannot pick a country to be loyal to, get the F out, guys. You're done. We talked about fixing this country. Like I said earlier, I can fix it.
I've
Okay.
seen a video of her talking about Somali first, and blah blah blah, and this, and I'm like, wait, so what are you doing here? Go fix it. The fact of the matter is, in Somalia, she'd be a nobody. She'd be worse than a nobody. And being a Muslim woman, she wouldn't even be able to speak, let alone show her face over there. But she
Somalia
can come
isn't
over here.
fixable.
Yeah,
Somalia isn't fixable. The only way you fix Somalia is nuke it, turn it to glass, because you cannot fix a warring nation. The other
yep,
thing to do is leave them the hell alone.
yeah.
Let them
I
do what they want to do to each other. You
I
cannot fix it
agree.
without nuking them, turning it to glass, and ignoring it.
And my problem with people like Ilhan is they come over here, they see America. Like I see America as a beautiful, beautiful place of opportunity. I love where I am. I love raising my kid in the middle of nowhere in a small town because I can do that. Yet, and then I have to hear somebody like that run my country down when her country is a shithole country, just like Trump said. And it was nothing racist in what he said about that. It is a shithole country. It is. If you don't ever visit it, I would not advise that. But if you ever research what goes on over there, you're going to mouth off about this country? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. You don't
I
get to
don't
do
have
that.
an evil heart. I don't have a bad heart. I love our 10 commandments. I say my prayers every night, and I start with thank God for my dog, for my mindset, and thank God for my parents, and I thank God to be growing up and living all of my life in this amazing country, right?
Mm,
And I have struggled with the 10 commandments when you come to thou shalt not commit murder for decades. Okay. I'm a
mm.
Marine. I went to serve my country. Thankfully, I did not have to go through the hell that my brothers.
Kill and murder are two different
That's
things.
what I'm getting to.
Okay.
Kill and murder are two different things. Now, the problem I have with this is not what I would have went through back in the 90s. I'm getting feedback. I hope it's not a problem for everybody else, but it's not what I would have went through in the 90s. It's what I go through right now. Okay. And I'm not saying I'm going off the damn rails or anything like that, but when you are standing up for yourself and protecting a God-fearing nation, if I have to do that, I'm not going to worry about where God's going to take me or send me or drop me or whatever else, because I'm pretty comfortable with that. It's taken me 50 years, we'll call it, to know that if I feel like I am in the right in that situation, I am right in that situation.
Well,
it would be
I look
really
at it.
easy.
I look at it like this: God does not call us to be soft. He doesn't. We're men. What we're supposed to do is take care of the women, the children, the meek, the innocent, that sort of thing. The Ten Commandments does not say do not kill. It says do not murder. Like if you murder
And that's with
someone
malice in your heart.
with malice in your exactly. But what he does call us to be strong in our faith. I think nothing I've read in my Bible, nothing would preclude me from protecting the innocent with lethal force. Not a single thing, nothing. And I am a flawed guy. But you look at all of the flawed guys in the Bible and how they stood, like King David. Look at that. That guy was Samson. Just flawed 5 ways from Sunday.
I'm a horrible sinner, brother.
Yep.
I'm a horrible sinner.
You and me both.
But I've had to come to peace with that, and I've had to forgive myself, and I have to forgive myself every day. But that doesn't mean being a horrible sinner and having to forgive myself and let God forgive me, that I'm not going to protect my own and do it with love in my heart. And I will not go down feeling guilty for defending my family, my friends, my country against any inside or outside forces.
100%.
That has a little bit to do with my oath. It has a lot to do with my belief in God.
100%. I'm the exact same way. I don't understand people that like men. I call them beta boys, soy boys. And I had a I had a big dust up with a person that I used to be friends with. I can't understand. I called him a poly soy. One of these people that will not will not stand on principle. He kind of just blows with the wind. He got a little sugar in his tank, in my humble opinion. But the fact of the matter is, the reason we are in this country where we are right now is because of soft men allowing it to happen, and we got to get away from that. We got to get away from it.
I got to tie the last 10-minute rant, because we went off on a tangent back into the crazy son of a bitch that chased that lady down and wielded a machete.
Hey, here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna hit one more commercial, and then you get that rant together.
I got all the time in the world, brother.
Leon Francis, Big Dog, Bob Wheeler on BlackBeardLogic, Guns in the 701. We will be right after this message.
Hey, it's Leon Francis from BlackBeardLogic on the Guns in the 701 network. I'll be right back after these messages from our sponsors. Stay tuned.
Anvil Brand LLC, raising and training tomorrow's barrel horses right out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Tracy and her family are great American patriots who not only support the Second Amendment, but they also promoted what you're looking for: top quality barrel horses. Go ahead and give Tracy a call at 701-471-6629 and tell them Guns and 701.com sent you. That's Anvil Brand LLC out of Bismarck, North Dakota.
At Horton Laser Craft, we believe in the power of personalization. Whether it's a cherished memory, a special occasion, or a unique gift, our custom laser engraving brings your vision to life. Our expert craftsmen and state-of-the-art technology ensure every piece is a work of art. From personalized decor to one-of-a-kind keepsakes, Horton Lasercraft makes every moment unforgettable. Visit HortonLasercraft.com today and start crafting your perfect gift. For more info, email them at HortonLasercraft@yahoo.com or call them up at 605-545-7535. Horton Lasercraft, where memories are engraved.
Yeah, hey, look, I got the moves like Michael, the flow like Aubrey. Walk around thinking I'm a prince like Saudi. Mismatched Converse, t-shirts tucked in, know my worth, can't tell me nothing. White Nikes, albino, pink cop my stilo, head to the top, bottom line is a motto.
Welcome back. It's Leon Francis with BlackBeardLogic on the Guns and the 701 Network. Let's get it.
All right, we are back. I'm Leon Francis, your host, BlackBeardLogic. I got my good buddy Bob Wheeler. Bob Wheeler's got something to say. Red Solo Cup, I'll feel you. No, I'm kidding. I want to hit I want to hit a couple of these comments because I've been really neglecting them. Crack pipes and bunkers just this morning. Yeah, I was on Todd good. I'm having a mind blink. Todd Mitchell's show this morning. Todd the radio guy this morning,
Nice.
and I said so. Good one. City of Fargo should be charged with contributing to felonies. I agree. I at the very least, how is that allowed? 5,000 admitted felonies, in my
If you live
humble
in Fargo,
opinion.
you've got the right to do that.
Yeah.
Charge them.
Hey Bob, glad you're on the best network in Indy. That was Clay, man.
That was Clay? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Clay told me to tell you, yeah, but we got to talk, man. We got to hammer some stuff out. So you don't ice fish because Nicole lets you drink at home. Well, yeah,
Yeah, but that
not
doesn't keep the riffraff out. It doesn't work in North Dakota anymore. Look at
It
that.
doesn't.
I've been here for 20-some years.
I agree, Leon, but maybe you would watch Grumpy Old Men. You should watch Grumpy Old. Okay.
I watch it every year, at least twice.
we all went to Sakakawea with Bob a few years ago. It was a lot of fun. We can make a believer out of you. But what is this? What is this trying to get me to go ice fishing?
Dude, I own three ice houses, all the gear. All you gotta do is bring the whiskey and the beer, and I do nothing once you get there because, well, hell, I'm the host. So,
Jeez, there are a ton of comments. It's gonna be half an hour, man. Trump is blowing up cocaine boats. I'm just gonna hit. I'm sorry if I missed your comment. I'm just gonna hit a couple of them. Trump blowing up cocaine boats. Biden was bringing cocaine into the White House. You remember that? I mean, yeah, whose crack is this? Hunter, whose crack is this? I mean,
hookers and blow has a new meaning would come under Biden and Hunter.
didn't you get in trouble? Didn't you already get in trouble about the? I got in trouble about the midgets and Velcro, and Bob got in trouble about the hookers.
I switched it to titties and beer, and I still got in trouble.
My God, yeah, that ice house adventure. That'd be a nice time.
Dude, if I set it up and I get them clowns from the west and the south to show up, you got no choice. We'll pick your ass up at the bunker and bring you out there.
Oh, jeez, you know where I live too. That was
You're right,
probably a mistake. No,
I
I'm
know
kidding.
somebody else does too. So
Anyway, I'm sorry if I didn't get through. There are literally like 75 to 100 comments here, so I can't get all of those in the time frame that we have. But I want you to talk a little bit about what were we talking about? The guy with the machete. Is that
Yeah.
what you were going to go off about? and I think I'm of the same mind. So I'm just going to let you hit
if
that.
you want to find me a law enforcement agent that I'm going to trust again, because right now, guys and gals, I want to say I love you all, but I don't. Okay, I don't back the blue. I'm having a hard time backing the badge anymore.
Oof.
because each and every cop in each and every town knows somebody else in law enforcement that's pulling some shit that they shouldn't be doing. So stand up, be a damn snitch, because I hate snitches, but I'll back your ass up. But when it comes to that clowning with the machete, the son of a bitch was holding it when he got there. He should have left in the corner wagon. And I'm not afraid to say that. He was wielding a machete after chasing somebody down the interstate. You don't ask questions. You put the son of a bitch out. And if you're a neighbor, if you're the person seeing that individual, guess what? End it. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm tired of this crap. Okay?
Dude,
You are not living under Sharia law. You're living under my United States law. You're living under the Constitution. And if the North Dakota politicians, the Fargo politicians want to prosecute that, if it's me, send my ass. I look great in orange, dude. In case you haven't, I look like a pumpkin, but I look great in orange. I'm not putting up with that crap anymore, guys.
I've already said this. I've said this. I think that men have become too soft. I think we are much too comfortable whipping out a cell phone and taking video than whipping out your 9mm and aerating an idiot. I think that, like, again,
who videoed that last one, Leon? Who videoed that man beating that woman on the street?
exactly.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
If you're man or woman, end it.
Yeah. Well, I don't expect a woman to end it.
I do.
Like, if it's,
I do. I'm tired of women bitching about it. You want to bitch and moan that you want to be independent? You know what? My women in the past would have ended it. Your wife would if she had to.
But I tell my wife,
you need to stand up and do what needs to be done as well.
I tell my wife,
I'll teach any one of you how to shoot. I'll help you buy a gun. I'll give you some ammo. Ladies, stand up for yourselves as well. We got your back. If your man doesn't, you're married to a woman.
Yep, 100%.
Sorry,
but I agree. I agree. If you got if you are a young woman and you're dating a guy and he is not armed, he doesn't have a firearm, date someone else because you're dating a future soy boy. God, I almost said something. I don't. But anyway,
let's my tongue because out of respect for your sponsors.
Yeah,
and that's it. Because you know what, a real man only uses those words when it's necessary. And you know 100%. What? We brought back retarded as much as we can because I'd never use that word retarded to a retarded individual, an individual who had mental difficulties. I would never use. Well, maybe I would. I you know, maybe I better quit while I'm ahead.
I routinely on my social media have the most gay and retarded section. So yeah, I use it a ton. And baloney.
We played Smear the Queer when we grew up.
Exactly.
We called everybody faggots and whatever else. You know what? We never called anybody who was homosexual a faggot. Well, I didn't.
Where I grew up.
What it meant.
I grew up.
I ain't politically correct, and I'm not gonna be.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I love y'all and I hate the rest of you.
And I'm there too because, like, where I grew up, we use the word fat. Well, I didn't. My dad would have beat the hell out of me. But like, there are a ton of words that if you said them now, especially in a liberal city like Fargo, they'd go, "Oh my God!" And they'll clutch their pearls and whatnot. And I'm not being like disparaging or demeaning. Like, if you've seen what's that Ice Cube movie? I forget. And he goes, "Faggot ass Chauncey." Like, Chauncey wasn't gay. It just means he was acting like an idiot. It didn't mean anything like that. And
give me Ralphie May, give me Sam Kinison, give me Andrew Dice.
Oh, Kinison. Yes.
Okay, Andrew Dice is one of my heroes. I'd love to just go say it. Oh. I love
we do that ice fishing.
Mean a thing with this stuff.
Yeah.
We said
I'm going to bring some Eddie Murphy. I'm going to bring some old school Eddie Murphy. Raw.
Oh. You want to get really old school? Bring me Richard Pryor. Come on,
Richard Pryor. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. My favorite movies are Richard Pryor and old Gene. What is they? Gene Simmons. Stir Crazy.
Oh yeah. Gene Wilder.
Willy
yeah.
Wonka. That guy. These pansy asses wouldn't know what to do if we had a Ralphie May or a Sam Kinison.
What's
It
that
doesn't
movie?
mean anything to any of us.
What's
I'm
what's
not going
that?
to use the N word, right? But the N word when Ralphie May's on stage didn't bother me a bit,
Yeah,
and it didn't bother the brothers and sisters in the stadium because
yeah,
they knew it was a great big joke, having fun. Now I'm not promoting that kind of crap, but we have to use a little bit of common sense, right? But faggot, retarded, blah blah blah. It doesn't mean shit, guys and gals. Get over it. Sticks and stones may hurt me, but the names thing, right?
yeah.
Ah.
And I miss something else. I miss having candid conversations with friends of mine because you can't for a long time. Well, the friends that I have now, you can do that, but for a while there, people would like pussyfoot around you because they don't know if what they're going to say is going to offend me, and that's offensive to me. I'm like, dude, be yourself. You know?
95% of the people listening to us right now, even though they're good people and they're our type of people, couldn't handle one hurricane party in Okinawa, Japan with a bunch of Marines.
Mm,
You
I don't
couldn't.
doubt it. I don't doubt it.
You couldn't handle one hurricane party with a bunch of Marines. 1993 Okinawa, Japan. 92. Yeah, 92 to 93 Okinawa, Japan. You couldn't handle it. You'd freak out. You'd lose your damn mind.
Mm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Bring it on. I want another one.
Okay. So we kind of got a little bit off topic.
Are you
Um,
kidding me? How did we do that?
just a little bit. I do want to circle back to use what's the redheaded chick's name? I forget. Circle back to January 6th because
Oh,
I do absolutely believe that we should do something about that. We have to rectify that.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming because we've got people that I didn't know were in the background. We're still keeping this alive.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of let January 6th go myself when President Donald Trump pardoned the right people. Okay,
Mm.
we've got friends, okay,
Yep.
that were in January 6th. And the day, I don't know if I can remember this much right now back to the day it happened. That's all a big blur. It's kind of like 9/11. It got to be a great big blur, right? But the talking points from the talking heads and the Nancy Pelosi, Nancy Pelosi, I believe, is the number one cause of January 6th. And I believe that day. I will believe that for the rest of my life. Now, the organizer, um, January 6th, you had some hotheads in there, you had some idiots in there, and I had an opportunity to go down to
Me
be
too.
there that day with a bunch of Marines, and
Mm.
we were going to be smart. But I tell you what, I know the plan was to leave a van and one driver way outside the city
Dude,
limits.
no,
Okay, I mean, I
it's
know
not.
what the plan was, right? But not a single one of us would have done what they said we did.
Yep.
Watch those law enforcement officers, those security guys, guide these people through.
Yep.
Okay. A wonderful woman, a military veteran, was murdered on that day. There wasn't a single security guard that was actually hurt because of a legitimate patriot on January 6th. This was a setup from the word go to try to take down Donald Trump and the patriots of this great nation. I would, gosh darn, I wanted
How
to
do
see
you
our
steal?
cameras.
The thing is, how do you steal an election, be that blatant about it, and then orchestrate January 6th because people know that it happened? They see on TV that everyone is just parroting the same thing. It was the most fair and whatever election in history, and you know that's not true. You know for a fact that's not true. And then, I mean, dude, it could have been bad that day. It could have been
But
very bad that
none of
day.
us that have a brain doubted what happened that day.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
the reason it's not bad today in Washington, D.C., all across this nation, is because those of us like you and I and our friends and are the people, because we're not doing the things they accuse us of. If we were
Yep.
actually the people they accuse us of being,
We would have
we'd
had a
be
civil war.
in an American Revolution right now. There'd be guns firing in every neighborhood across the country, in the
3%.
big cities, and it'd be Red Dawn on a huge scale. right?
I happen to love
We're
this.
not who they say we are.
I happen to love this country. I would rather us not be in a civil a war. I would much rather, we find civil solutions to our differences. There are some things that I go hard on, like the Second Amendment is one. Like my decals on my truck says, um, my Second Amendment is my constitutional carry.
Mhm.
Period. I don't need to hear anything else. That's it. There are certain core issues I do not waver on, but outside of that, I don't want to. Even if you're a pink-haired liberal soy boy, I don't want to fight you. I want you to be happy. I want you to prosper. I want you to do whatever it's going to do.
I don't care if you're a transgender female claiming to
Yeah,
be a whale, and okay, I don't care. Go be you, dude, but quit pushing it. I
yep,
have no problem, and this is tough because not a lot of my friends, my brothers and sisters, believe this. But you can be gay. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I really don't. Don't push it. Don't tell me that I have to respect that and push it.
yeah,
I'm not going to support it. I can love you. I can have conversations with you.
yeah.
It's easier to have conversation with the females that are lesbians than the men that are gay because I can't handle that.
100%.
But you have the right to do that. But don't go marching and don't have your parades wearing blah, 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 blah. Don't do that.
or wearing nothing.
I'm not going out and going, hey, I'm white, I'm straight, I'm proud. Dude, leave
Yeah,
it
why?
alone. Let it lie. We all love you. We don't really care.
And I believe
I'll
that
fight
that's a
side by
strategy.
side. I want to go back to don't ask, don't tell in the
Yep.
military. I want to go back to I don't care. Now I have my issues with that. People don't like my belief on this transgender thing or this men and women and men's sports, right?
Do tell.
Because everybody's bitching about men and women's sports. But
Mm,
I do not and will not ever support girls wrestling in boys wrestling. I will
100%.
not support girls playing on boys football teams. I don't believe in it.
Yep.
It's not right. If you won't let a boy play on your volleyball team, now maybe if you want to switch this out, if you want to let a male that's wearing male clothing join your volleyball team, then I'll let the girls join the football. And one of my dearest kids that I call blood, she's not blood, she's an amazing young lady, was a kicker on the football team in Webo, Montana. I love her. I went and supported her at the football games, but I didn't say, hey, go, good for you, go for it. I just went and supported her. But
Yep.
I don't think boys should be playing on girls' sports, and girls shouldn't be playing in boys' sports.
One, you want to protect the girls because boys, believe it or not, and we've known this since the beginning of time. Boys are stronger than girls. They're faster than girls. A boy can take a hit that a girl just simply cannot take, and it's nature. That's what it is. Period.
I
So if you
don't
love your
want
little
to
girl,
protect. I don't want to protect the girls that think they're badass enough to go against the boys. I've had it.
sometimes you gotta sometimes you gotta protect idiots against their own
Nope.
idiotic
Nope.
inclinations,
Not
man.
my
Especially
job.
when they're young, you
I
have
don't have to
to.
protect you about saying the wrong word tonight. You
No,
don't have to protect me about saying something that piss off the public tonight.
no.
I don't care what you do. Okay.
Mm.
The women and children first thing, I will always believe in that. I'll open every door, and I've had that thrown in my face a million times, right?
Mm.
But if we're going to protect our girls, Leon, let's say your youngest son, decides to go to wrestling in middle school,
Yep.
and he has to wrestle a girl, and
Yeah.
he has been raised by you. Hold on a minute. He's been raised by you, a gentleman's gentleman, a man's man, a guy's guy, salt of the earth. How hard is he going to go? When he's got the female genitalia in his face,
Oh my. Yeah.
is he going to respond the way he would if that guy had him in the same thing? Is
Nope.
he going to have that hold? It's not fair for those boys to have to wrestle those girls and wrestle fairly and
Yep.
treat the game as if the game, period. Sorry, dude. I don't care who you are. I will fight you to the death. Because if you want the girls they have equal rights, then by God, the boys get them.
Yep.
Woohoo!
Woo! That's Bob Wheeler, y'all.
That'll fire you up, and guys and gals, imagine this. That's without alcohol.
Yeah. I agree. I've seen clips of little boys wrestling little girls, and they don't even know where to put their hands because they've been
I
raised
watched my
right.
nephews do it in real time, brother.
Yeah.
I watched them do it. And I told my youngest nephew, I said, go out there and hit her as hard as you can hit any guy. Hit that double leg, single leg, flip her ass with the firemen's, and don't you worry about boobs and bush. Don't worry about anything other than the fact she wanted to be here.
Well,
now,
and again,
I absolutely love that girls have wrestling teams now. I think it's amazing. I support that 1 billion%. Absolutely 100%. I think it's amazing.
I do too.
Dude, I will always support that. But the damn thing should never be mixed.
Yep.
Never.
And I love it especially when I see kids in the martial arts or kids in wrestling or boxing or anything, because anything we can do to get kids off the couch and out in front of a TV screen, I think it's a really good thing.
I think martial arts are different, though. I think you are taught certain levels of more into the mindset in martial arts. You are in high school or grade school wrestling. I think they are taught a different mindset, and I think the boys and the girls can do their thing there, and I think it can work. I just don't think it can work in high school or middle school wrestling.
Oh no,
I agree with you 100% on martial arts.
Changes happen in your body when you're at that age. That like at a certain age, a girl can wrestle a boy, but then at a certain age, she absolutely cannot. Like it's an unfair thing for both parties involved, And
absolutely. These aren't hard things to overcome, though, Leon. These are actually pretty easy things.
Yep.
Well,
now,
like I said,
last year,
Montana has girls wrestling. I don't know about North Dakota. I haven't paid attention here. But Montana has a girls wrestling division, and they can go to state. And there's some. I mean, sadly, I'm getting old, right? But daughters of friends of mine that were within 4 or 5 years of the same age are kicking ass and taking names at state wrestling for the girls in Montana. I love it. I think it's great. What's the Brock Lesnar? Would you want to wrestle Brock Lesnar's daughter?
Have you seen her, dude?
My God. She is one of the ugliest young ladies in the world.
Well,
she looks like Brock. Right?
She looks like Brock.
What a beast. And I wish that young lady the best in the world. I hope she is successful as hell. Right? Yep. Well, I don't know if we're off on a tangent or not.
We kind of are, but I love mixed martial arts. I'm a huge fan of Brock Lesnar, huge, especially in his younger day. Oh my God, that dude smashed everybody. And then I saw his daughter, and I'm like, wow, what? That's Viking blood right there, man.
I'm a huge fan of Patty the Batty.
Yep.
Okay?
Oh yeah. Yep.
What's the brother's name? Did nobody beats his ass?
Well, right now you have Nagano, who's like just the biggest fist in mixed martial arts. I think he's gonna sign an MMA contract. But then you also have the younger guy. God, I'm drawing a blank right now.
Okay, but I'm trying to say John something or other that
yeah. Man, we've been all over the board.
If we're gonna do this on a regular basis, we gotta have talking points and set the rules, and you gotta have a beeper for me to say, "Bob, knock it off," because
I got talking points right here, man.
Burn them damn things. We didn't care about that tonight,
Yeah, apparently. But
there's been a lot going on in the last week or two since we've done this type of stuff. I'll slide in a happy birthday, Marines. We celebrated our 250th. I didn't feel worth a shit. I stayed home and didn't even have a drink. And that's 250th, and I had planned to
come over.
A bunch of Marines, right?
Dude, you should have come over
the next day. I should have been hung over like a big dog, right? But
Yeah.
there's been a lot of stuff going on across the country and across the state that when you do what we do, okay, and whether it's just our reels, our lives, whether it's doing this amazing podcast that you guys and the Guns in the 701 do, we've got a billion talking points, and we all have opinions that we feel super strongly about. It's hard to get it all out there, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, you have to realize this is our opinion. Okay, you
Yep.
don't have to agree with us, but if I pissed you off tonight, all I care about is you take action and you do something about it, right? And whether we go off the rails and do our thing, if we can fire you up enough, I mean, I don't know what your comments are going to be. Hey, shut Bob Wheeler up. Tell him to shave
Nope.
that beard off. That kind of thing. It doesn't matter. We have to take an active role in this little study in a constitutional republic.
Yep.
Okay, and I think those words come out better from somebody like Thomas Jefferson. But we have to be active,
or we're going to
every
lose it.
step of the way.
We're going to lose it, and it's proof positive the last 10 years of how much we stand to lose. I mean, this country was going off the rails. It was going off the rails, and every day there's some idiot out there that wants to denude or erode your gun rights. Every day there's some idiot out there that wants to denude or erode your parental rights. Every day it's a fight, and you got to get your head in the fight. You got to get in the fight, because if you're not, they're going to do what they've always done: incremental tyranny. And again, look at Fargo, a city I used to love. And Fargo wasn't perfect, but my God, it wasn't this. It wasn't what we have now. So, Fargo area conservatives, one, get involved there. Please get involved there. And the Fargo Republicans and young Republicans, get involved there, because I believe that those guys need help. Again, it can be done. Like I've used this example 100 times. Jared Hendricks in District 10. If Jared can do what he did in District 10, then there's no excuse. There's there is zero excuse, man. What he did there is nothing short of I was skeptical. He'll tell you that. So all it takes is involvement, some elbow grease. That's all it takes. And we got to do this. Again, we got a Michelle Turnberg, and I know I'm going to get crap for this, but we got a Dave Pepcorn. That's what we got in Fargo. That's it. That's all we got. So they need help. Fargo area conservatives, go to their page, their social media page. Give them a like, subscribe to them. Say, hey, what can I do to help you guys out? Do that. Even if you're not a resident of Fargo, let those guys know that you are out there. Because sometimes it feels like you're
area conservatives.
Yep.
Doesn't mean Fargo.
Yeah, Fargo area conservatives. But sometimes it seems like you're yelling into the void and you're by yourself. And that is a humbling.
Ladies and gentlemen, what Leon is saying is the same thing I've been saying for half a decade anyway, a little better than half a decade. It's not that hard to get involved. It's not that hard to make a change. Little groups like the Fargo area conservatives, the bigger groups like District 24, District 10, help out Jared. Go to District 12, go to District 16, go to District 2, go to District 14, go to all of your districts. It's so easy to fix this state that it's right in front of your face. If you go to District, which one was it the other day? I was looking up for my 10 votes, decided who got elected. Okay, now everybody likes to in the past bitch about my vote doesn't count. You want to make your vote count? Go to the primaries, go to your district, make your vote count.
And right now, guys, Matthew Simons, the establishment, they're trying to run him out on the spike. They are leaking emails. They're leaking minutes. They're giving There is a concerted effort there. We got to support him. You got
I'm
to make
waiting for
sure.
Matthew Simon's permission to run with what I know. And when I run with that, you and I will probably run it together. When Matthew
100%.
finally gives me the okay for what I know that's going on with Matthew Simon, we're going to have a show. You better just set away time, and it's whatever the hell comes out. Because when that happens, because I don't think it's going to be an if, when Matthew says, Bob, run with it, all hell's going to break loose. You can take your governor and your senators and representatives, twist them in a little tiny ball, and send them to Richard Gere and pretend it's a gerbil.
Come on, man. What am I supposed to do
I
with
didn't break
that?
any rules, did I?
Anyway, hey, it's been 2 hours. I don't know how it passed pretty quickly. We started out on crack pipes and ended up with gerbils and Richard Grere's Levi's. So I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
You're dealing with Bob Wheeler. Come on, brother.
But I love it. I love the conversation, and that's what it's all about. And if we can spark some enthusiasm, that's even better. That's even better. That's it.
We've laughed. We've almost cried. We've disagreed a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's about. I talk about the dining room table. I talk about Thanksgiving dinner. You walk in wearing your Trump shirts and hope like hell somebody's wearing a Kamala shirt, and make that discussion normal. Again, relax, enjoy it, laugh about the discussion.
Yeah.
For too many decades, everybody said, don't talk about religion. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk
Religion and politics.
No, that's bullshit. It's stupid. It's
Yep.
ignorant. It's politically correct crap. Talk about it all. Talk about race relations. Talk about international politics. Talk about your president. Talk about your rep. Talk about everything and make it normal, and still get up and do the dishes with grandma, and again, you just do it, and we'd all be way better off.
I agree. And that, folks, is Blackbeard Logic for the night. Two bearded North Dakotans. I think I can call myself a North Dakotan now.
I'm still scared to right now. Let's fix this shit, and then I will.
Yeah. But we will. And Bob, you and I got to talk. I have this idea about doing a monthly roundtable. And I talked to Clay about it, and I just want a diverse bunch of guys to do a monthly roundtable on the issues of that month and
Bring
get
it. I'll
different.
squish them all. I'll squish them all. No.
Of that, I have no doubt. But with that, I'm going to say,
Call me
God
King
bless.
Arthur. Bring on the round table, brother.
Let's do it. God bless and good night. Thank you for watching. Bob, thanks, man.
Love you all. Love you, brother. See you soon.
100%.